Red FM.
You could look at it on that basis, I suppose, but I mean, the key here, right, is since Dennis has taken over the setup, right, and since the selectors have been involved, they have gone to different lengths to actually try the county for new talent and stuff like that, right? I mean, they've brought in, they've given youngsters their opportunity during the league campaign. They probably went back to more of the tried and tested for championship period, but you would be saying All Ireland quarterfinal stage, you can't take anything for granted because it's a danger game on the basis you are expected to beat Antrim and maybe beat them well, So you're going to try and get as many experienced guys in the team as possible, but maybe give one or two youngsters their opportunity now at this stage. And when I say they're youngsters, I'm talking about the likes of Paddy O'Sullivan, who came on the last day and did reasonably well. Because,
Tomás, this Antrim team is a very dangerous team at the end of the day, isn't it?
Well, look, I mean, when you get to this stage of the championship, right, I mean, Antrim will be obviously very much boosted by their performance against Dublin. At one stage in the second half, it looked like Dublin were coasting to victory, right, and Antrim kept plugging away a bit like Waterford, right, and got their just reward in the end and grasped victory. So, I mean, if we were playing Dublin next weekend, we would probably be going on with a totally different frame of mind because we'd probably be saying it would be a massive test for us. I mean, they've beaten Kilkenny at under 21 championship level already. Dublin in our quarterfinal would be a difficult test, So, I mean, they were only beaten by Antrim by a point, so it puts it in perspective there, right? I mean, that you just can't take anything for granted, but the expectations would be that you would win this match and win it comfortably, no doubt about that. And maybe just a bit more variation in our play, We just seem to be kind of one track the last that every ball was hit high, and we never put balls outside the markers. We seem to lose our shape and position and stuff like that as well. Everybody seemed to be following a ball, and everybody seemed to at one stage in the match go over to the far side of the field, and there was acres of space on one side,
Yeah.
And for guys playing championship hurling as well, right, that's probably new to them as well. I mean, that they're a bit about not saying overawed, but kind of overhyped about the occasion, and like particularly with Michael Cusson as well. I mean, he won a lot of possession, maybe just kind of he rushed things. He wanted to make a name for himself. He wanted to stamp his own kind of style on the play and stuff like that, and maybe just on a few occasions just took a few wrong options and stuff like that, So I'm sure Dennis will be working with the guys on that basis as well, right? That it's about keeping ball and play at times, keeping the better option, and distributing the ball around to guys in better position as well. You don't have to be the leading scorer in attack. If you have a guy in a better position, you must be able to give him the ball and let him do the work after that. As I say, at the end of the day, it's all about teamwork, and we just seemed a bit individual the last day. So I think Dennis and his management team will be pressing with the guys, lads. It's about work rate. I mean, the breaking ball the last day, the Waterford guys to me just seem to have that little bit more hunger to go for that breaking ball and win it. And those 50-50 balls, they're the ones that you have to win. That's they say the ugly side of hurling. That's the hard part of hurling. But you take your benchmark from Kilkenny. These guys don't shirk those opportunities. They don't shirk those balls. They go there full-blooded, And we just need maybe to get back that into our play, like they had it against Tipperary. I mean, they played against Tipperary as if their lives depended on it. That they weren't going to come out of Páirc Uí Chaoimh with a loss, and we need to get back to that level of performance again.
If they get back to that level of performance again, can you see them defeating Kilkenny, shall we say?
I mean, the reality is, everybody's going to write Cork off at this stage, no matter what. I mean, I've included myself, I said Tipperary or Kilkenny won't be beaten this year. If you want to take the positive out of it, you say, yeah, granted, they won't be beaten, but these guys have been down. These guys, if they can get everybody back to full level of fitness, get over Antrim, get a build-up going for Kilkenny, right? It's a long time since we played Kilkenny in All Ireland semi-final, so they say that's the time to catch Kilkenny. You won't catch them in a final, you won't catch them in a Leinster final, or you won't catch them in an All Ireland final. So it remains to be seen, but look, it is going to be a tall order, there's no doubt about that. But a fit Cork squad, certainly these guys would have the belief themselves. I mean, they've trained hard, but it does need to get back to the level of performance that was there against Tipperary, no doubt about that.
Now, it's 3 big games in the space of 3 weeks for this Cork team. Is fatigue going to be a factor? And on the counter side of that then, are all these extra games actually good for Cork?
I think they're good for Cork, being honest with you. It's become a lot more physical, and I mean, even Saturday night in the conditions as well, there was a lot more physical contact there, a lot more hits, and you've guys getting, like the Rowan Curran, getting a dead leg and stuff like that as well, and guys, it keeps everybody nicely on their toes. I mean, you don't have a 30-man squad, right, with guys on it. If they're not good enough to come on the team, they shouldn't be on the squad, So, I mean, if we have a situation where there are to be replacements, guys will be there on merit because they are the leading hurlers within the county, you know. So, and guys must grasp their opportunity when they get it as well. I mean, there's a long season yet to be played for. If you can take your opportunity and you can go on to an All-Ireland semi-final. Same as Kilkenny see themselves. Kilkenny have 2 hurdles to go. You get to an All-Ireland semi-final, anything can happen, no doubt about that.
Finally, Tomás, call the Antrim game. All things being equal, it's a Cork win, isn't it?
Yeah, and that wouldn't be no disrespect to Antrim, but I mean, if we have any ambitions to go to Croke Park to actually take on Kilkenny All-Ireland semi-final day, we should be beating Antrim and maybe beating them well as well, you know, and just maybe set down a marker for this group of players themselves, you know, that they're back on track, you know, and set the marker that they've a couple of weeks to prepare for Kilkenny and that they will be a team able to deliver the goods against Kilkenny as well, and that starts next Sunday in Croke Park, no doubt about that.
Red FM.